What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. Call of Duty's in a very weird spot right now. You have this section of the player base that absolutely praises Black Ops 6 and Warzone, think it's a crown jewel within the franchise, and then others who look at the franchise currently and just think it's in a really bad spot. And if I gotta be honest, this is kind of where Call of Duty wants to be. They want to be in a place where their community is divided, where they're always infighting. That way, the conversation continues to swell every single time something new comes to the game. It plays directly into their hands. If they had an apathetic community, people just wouldn't care, right? And then new releases wouldn't matter, new content wouldn't matter, but now, every single time a new piece of content comes out, you have two sides angrily giving their position and fighting tooth and nail to defend it. And this is exactly what's happening with Verdansk, where it's very clear that Activision is selling a ton of hope for Verdansk to save Warzone, for it to be exactly what Warzone players have been waiting for. And when it fails, because, look at the track record, it's most likely going to fail, they're going to have exactly the same discourse as we have now. Every single time in the past, they've tried to sell hope. Season 2 and quality of life changes tried to sell hope that quality of life changes would improve Warzone and Black Ops 6. Are the servers any better? No. Is matchmaking any better? No. Is hit detection any better? No. All of these things haven't improved, but they sold us hope on it. Well, Season 1, when it came out, it was going to improve Warzone, and it was going to bring new content to Black Ops 6. So hopefully the maps that come in Black Ops 6's Season 1 will be better than the maps that we saw at launch. Again, selling hope. They never follow through on this hope, but they continue to sell it. And it even happened at the release of Black Ops 6, where they were selling hope with the maps. Because there was a lot of criticism right around the beta that the maps that were available in the beta were god-awful. Scud, Derelict. Skyline was somewhat of a good map, but outside of that, the maps they brought into the game, Babylon, people were like, oh no, this ain't it. And then the hope that they were trying to sell was that, hey, don't worry, the maps that are releasing in the game are better than what we saw during the beta. Which they weren't. We got Red Card and Protocol and Lowtown. Yeah, those are just tier 1 maps for sure. But this is how Call of Duty has operated for far too long. They are in the business of selling hope, and that's what generates buzz, that's what generates excitement and hype. And that is what's happening with Verdansk. They are dropping little pieces of information here and there to get the community excited. So even the people that are as far haters as you can be are looking at this information and giving their opinion, which is pushing up this content and increasing the conversation around it. Call of Duty knows exactly what they're doing. Even with their biggest haters, it's still going to gain traction. It's going to gain attention. And that's where they want to be. There is hope that Verdansk can be good. I don't have much of it. I think I've ran out of hope for this franchise at this current junction. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that there's no competition. And once there is competition, maybe they'll get their act together. But until then, the game is going to continue to suffer. They're going to continue to try to capitalize off of nostalgia. They're going to continue to try to capitalize off of past success. And it's just going to fall flat with me. Because they need to fix the core problems with the game before anything can get better. So yeah, you can release Verdansk. That's just content. That's just a map. Are you going to fix anything that has to do with the cheaters? Are you going to fix anything that has to do with the stability of the game? Are you going to fix anything that has to do with the matchmaking of the game? Are you going to fix the meta? Are you going to fix the fact that it doesn't feel like Battle Royale anymore? That's what I care about. So you can sell hope with your content as much as you want. I want results when it comes to the experience. And I say that word a lot on this channel, but that's exactly how I feel. You can try to make a pig look great. You can dress it up in lipstick. At the end of the day, it's still a pig. And that's what's been happening with Warzone for far too long. You can try to give us all of this content that we've been asking for, but if it's just dressing up a crumbling foundation of a game, it's not benefiting anybody. It's not helping anybody. And that's the problem. That's where I really am frustrated with this. I want Verdansk to come out and for it to be successful. I want Warzone to return to where it should be. It should stop being this game where all we do is complain about it, because yeah, it's not worth your time playing it. Filled with hackers, terrible connection, and the content in the game is stale and boring. You should not have a game that's stale and boring already at this point in time, but that's where we're at. Verdansk could actually be a decent stepping stone to what is to come over the next 6 months for Warzone. Bring back Verdansk, it's a hit. In a couple months, Avalon comes along, and that's a hit. Wow, looks like they actually could be gaining some traction. But does anybody really have faith that that's what's going to happen? Even the most optimistic people within this community probably don't view Warzone with the rosiest of glasses right now. They see it for what it is. They might still enjoy playing it. They might still have fun grouping up with friends, but they see it as a game mode that definitely needs some work. And the quality of life changes were welcomed in Season 2. It's just too bad they focused on some good things, but also didn't improve on a lot of areas where they needed improvement. And I think that's where the frustration lies. You can continue to say you're going to do all these things, but the results don't speak to what you are trying to sell. And that frustrates everybody within the community. That frustrates me, that frustrates you. But I don't think it's just the player base that is being sold hope. I think it's all of Activision trying to sell hope within as well. They're hoping that Verdansk comes back and it is praised and received the same way that Warzone was when it initially launched back in 2020. The difference is, this time, there's not a pandemic that is forcing everybody to stay inside. So I don't know if you're going to recapture that same magic. And on top of it, it was just fun. But I hate to harp on this. It wasn't just the content that was enjoyable. It was the whole experience that Warzone was providing. That was what was fun for players. And that's where they're missing the point. They keep trying to throw content out there and forgetting the fact that it's the experience that draws us in. It's the experience that we're falling for. So when I look at Verdansk coming back into Black Ops 6's Warzone, or whatever you want to call this iteration of Warzone, it's very important that they capture a decent experience. But what I see currently in Warzone isn't that. So how is just a nostalgic map going to save a game mode that gives you a pretty pitiful experience right now? Honestly, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that I can get laughed at by Activision and they release Verdansk, and it's exactly what this community's been waiting for. That's what this community needs. I just have zero faith that they're actually going to follow through with it. But that's my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.